Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Friday morning, June 19th. We're looking at the last 3 days of the SPY TF's market profile here on Window Trader. And I was talking last night about a possible dividend gap, but that would have been to the downside. This is absolutely incredibly impressive as we're looking to gap higher above yesterday's poor high into the middle of a 3-day balance. And this doesn't, we had about $1.50 dividend last night. So very, very impressive. So anybody who's long the dividend gets about $1.50 a share, plus they're reaping the benefits of this morning. That's kind of unusual. Rarely see it gapping high the next day. It's usually inside the day's range, previous day's range, or even lower because of the dividend. If you've been watching these videos and people in my room, I haven't outright said it, but there's been a gnawing at me, and I've been playing more from the long side, right? You could have made money from both sides of this market on Tuesday and Thursday, right? As we had rotational days. Wednesday's the day I got hurt. I was short. There was a gnawing in me there that we would go up and get this high. Obviously, that never happened. Yesterday, chance for an inside day down on a gap absolutely fails. Trades inside of M's range most of the day. Wide POC. And now this morning the bulls are attempting to get to the top of the balance. Now remember, gap or no gap, we are still in a 3-day balance. So we have to keep that in mind. But very impressive right now for the bulls. All right. So for the upside, since there's just about an hour to go prior to the opening, I will use yesterday's high on both sides of the equation. So 312.30 was yesterday's high and a poor high. So if we don't gap higher, that would be our first destination. Then right now, we have 9 wide at 313.02 from the 17th. Above that, we have 313.77, which 78. I apologize, which right now is my pre-market high. Now remember, we did not get the pre-market high or low yesterday in the SPY, and 2 out of the last 3 days we haven't gotten the overnight high or low in ES. Very, very unusual, especially with trading in a 3-day balance. Above that, we have 314.39 daily high from the 17th, and 315.64 daily high, and filling that gap at 318.22, wherever the heck that gap is. There it is over here. I apologize. 258 point from the 11th. Now, for the downside. If we gap higher, our first downside destination before more MGI will be yesterday's high of 312.30. Then below that, we were 11 wide at 311.49. 311.27, this morning's pre-market low. 310.06, the afternoon pullback low. And yesterday's low of 309.51. And to show you the little nuances that went on yesterday, why I continued to play, I took everything was long except for the 2 shorts on the open after the opening with the gap. We raised POC. We had many opportunities to lower POC again. J, K, M, never did it. We never got below the opening. That's a very powerful thing. Never got below the opening. That's why this is another day, and I keep harping back on this, why I took that short off. We never saw the opening right after A period until we did in H, I, J, and K were right there. Yes, it failed there, but the more it kept probing up there, I thought we were finally going to get a pop above it. Yesterday, we never even touched the opening. Got close in C and L, never worked. All right, what's the game plan for this morning? Well, right now, the gap with an hour to go is just about $1 higher than yesterday's high. Like I've said in the past, yes, gap rules apply when they're put into context. I don't mind $1 gap. So if the gap is $1 or lower, I will go with that gap and look to buy a call play. Right? My out would be the gap fill. If the gap gets any larger, then I wait for more market-generated information. I will not take a put play at this juncture, right? We have all day to trade. A lot of times on expirations, you get a lot of volume on the opening and do nothing during the day, and then a lot of volume on the close. And today would not surprise me if it's not any different, especially because we're in a 3-day balance. So balance rules are definitely going to apply. So if we do get a pretty quiet day for a good part of the day, after this gap, I could see a balance forming and a wider POC. We'll see. I mean, certainly we can go trend, but those are just observations on expiration days, ex-dividend days, and more importantly, inside of a 3-day balance like we have. So again, waiting for more market-generated information could be the best thing we do this morning by having patience. Only trade I would take would be a call play if the gap is to my liking. Okay, let's go to the charts. So I am going to start with the monthly because we've a couple of things, right? Today's the 19th, still have a couple of weeks left. A couple of things the bulls want to achieve by the end of this month. First and foremost, they would love to stay above last month's high of 306.84, right? Their main goal would be to stay above March's high of 313.84. Well, today's pre-market high is 313.78. Again, I've told you many times, I don't believe in coincidences. So a very visual point pre-market where we stopped. So we'll see if we can get above it. If not, we start coming in, we one time frame down, it could be a good area to take a short. Right? Very, very visual, the markets. Weekly, balance to down. Tremendous performance by the bulls coming back so far this week, right? If nothing drastic happens for the rest of this day, we'll be balanced to down. But again, it'll be a very nice performance coming back into those last 2 weeks' balances. And then after taking out this week's low by a couple of ticks, really rebounding off it very nicely. And then the daily, we're trying, right? We have a 3-day balance, even though it's a gap. Right now, it's only a 4-day balance, right? Tuesday's high and low is the high and low of the balance. So until you take out one of those, nothing has changed and balance rules apply. Plain and simple. Now, remember, Triple Q's had a true island top. Gapped higher at its all-time high, gapped lower. That has filled. Obviously, we have not filled out. I want to call this an island reversal. I'm not calling it a top because it wasn't the high of the market. Plus, an interesting thing is, usually I like to see it 1 day gap higher, 1 day gap lower. That's true excess. When you languish up here for 4 days, even though we went sideways, that's more indecision. That's more lack of completion. Now, again, I'm not saying this gap's going to get filled. For this gap to get filled, we have to come out of a 3-day balance to the upside. Now, so far, they're doing a pretty good job of gapping higher today, but nothing has changed until we take out Tuesday's high. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Awesome traders in there of all experience levels, great ideas. It's a fabulous room to be a part of. Have a great day trading, and we'll recap the day and the week at 4 p.m.